This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Knick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. Tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? Good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Knicks play the Atlanta Hawks tonight. And what could have been, well, it's still a big game. But what could have had a lot of juice to it, it's not going to be because Cam Reddish is not going to be playing for the New York Knicks. He's out, I guess, indefinitely with a sprained ankle. But Kevin Knox, I think he's available for the Atlanta Hawks. We'll find out if he's going to play. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. We got Steph in the building. Uncle Fulio's in the building. Andy, Nate. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it in, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday to you. Steph, how you feeling this afternoon?
I'm doing good. Shout out to you, Sim, the rest of the panel, the chat. I'm doing good. Looking forward to this game. Keep this, I think we 7-3 over the last 10 or something like that since Christmas. So I want to keep that rolling.
Yeah, we playing, we you know, quiet is kept. And I've been saying that for a little while because it feels like the Knicks aren't playing good basketball. But when you look at their record over the last 12 games, I think they're 8-4 over the last 12 games or something like that. They've been playing decent basketball. So, you know, it just feels like that to Knicks fans. Andy?
Yeah, what up, Sim? What up to the rest of the panel? Yeah, I'm happy to be on as usual with you guys. It's a privilege for me. I'm also happy that the game is on a Saturday, so I might catch it live. So, you know, that's a good thing for me at least. Maybe you can sleep over a little bit on a Sunday.
There you go. No doubt. Nate, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Yeah, it's going to be a good game. You know, we'll see what happens. When these two teams get together, it's always fun.
Yeah, no doubt. Uncle Fulio, you're in Atlanta right now. What's up? I know you're going to
I'm in Atlanta. I'm definitely in Atlanta right now. Looking forward to the game tonight. Salute to everyone out there. Salute to everyone in the chat. Looking forward to this game. This is still a big game for us. I know Atlanta's missing some of their key guys. I know Sam, you're going to talk about that. So this should be a game that, you know, we should be able to continue our hot, you know, a winning streak of what we've been doing. You know, 7-3 over the last 10, as said. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the injury report. We'll start there. For the New York Knicks, Solomon Hill, he's not playing for the season, so you don't have to worry about Solomon Hill. He's got a hamstring injury. He's not going to be playing. Cam Reddish, you heard Tom Thibodeau yesterday said that he's out for a while with a right ankle sprain. Derrick Rose, he's still out. Had surgery on his right ankle. He's with the team, but he's not playing. Kemba Walker, he's out today with left knee soreness. All right, for the Atlanta Hawks, they got a couple of guys out. Clint Capella, he's doubtful for today. All right, with a left ankle sprain. Danilo Gallinari, he's questionable with soreness to his right Achilles. And then Jalen Johnson is questionable with a left ankle sprain. So there we go. That's the injury report for today. My question is, Steph, I'll start with you. Do you think Kevin Knox plays today?
No. I don't think he plays today. Well, I mean, I guess if they have a lot of players out, he might. But I don't see that. I would be surprised, put it that way.
Yeah. Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, listen, I don't think Kevin Knox is going to be playing on a regular basis on that Hawks roster. But, you know, versus the Knicks, he's too short for, you know, with the Hawks to be playing versus the Knicks, as far as I see it. and they don't have that many guys out. So it's not like,
Right.
They just need a body out
Right.
there. So
Right. They don't have a lot of guys out. Uncle Fulio, same thoughts?
No, I think there is a small chance that he does get a chance to play today. It's not going to be anything substantial. We're not talking 20, 30 minutes, but I do think there's a possibility that Nate McMillan throws him out there, gives him, get his feet wet kind of early. Probably, 10 minutes or so off the bench. I think that's what Kevin Knox may guard today, today's matchup.
Yeah, see, if it were me, I'd give him a chance just because he's playing his former team and the trade just happened. So you might catch lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? You just might catch him. He's motivated. He wants to prove to Tom Thibodeau and the entire organization that you made a mistake. So you might catch lightning in a bottle with him. I throw him out there for a couple of minutes, see if he does anything. If he doesn't, say, all right, that's cool. We'll let you call it a day this time and let you get into practice and stuff like that. But I'd give it a shot just to see what happens. I tend to think that Kevin Knox actually fell into a good situation for his skill set. Now, there's a lot of wings there, so it's going to be tough for him to crack the rotation. There's no doubt about it, right? They got good shooters there, guys that can play basketball. It's going to be tough for him. But if he does get on the floor, I think the way that they play basketball is suited for Kevin Knox. You know what I mean? To just kind of stand there and wait for that pick and roll to happen and Trae Young to kick it out to him. For him to come running off screen similar to what Bogdanovich does and to what Herter does. I think he's suited to play that type of basketball game. So, a lot of people laughing at Cam Reddish for Kevin Knox. But if he fits into what they do and they eventually get rid of Gallinari, you might see Kevin Knox find a role there in Atlanta. You never know. You never know. You might see him find a role, and that's all you need sometimes is the right role, the right fit, for somebody to, I don't even want to say flourish, for someone to be productive.
And for somebody to believe in you, if he can get that coaching staff behind him, it's going to make all the difference.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we've seen what happened when Tim Hardaway went to Atlanta, and it has nothing to do with Atlanta. Totally different coaching, set of coaches there now. But when Tim Hardaway went to Atlanta, they sent him to the G League. He kind of had a moment of truth, and he came back and he was balling and made the Knicks say, hey, we need to bring this guy back. You know what I mean? You just never know what happens when someone believes in you and believes in you, like you said, and your skill sets and things like that matches up. So I'm watching it. I'm hoping that he does well and finds a fit there, in the way that they play. I'd like to see him have some success down there, But the injury report, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Solomon Hill is not with the team. He won't play for the season. He's probably going to be the Knicks' new Theo Pinson. If you check out his Twitter page and stuff like that, seems to be a funny guy. Cam Reddish, he's out for, I guess, an extended period. I don't know how long it's going to be. For a little while is what Tom Thibodeau said, with a right ankle sprain. Derrick Rose, ankle surgery. He's with the team, but he's not playing. Kemba Walker, he's out due to left knee soreness. All right. And for the Atlanta Hawks, again, this is if you're just joining us, for the Atlanta Hawks, Clint Capella is doubtful with a left ankle sprain. Gallinari, a right Achilles soreness, he's questionable. And Jalen Johnson is questionable with a left ankle sprain. I forgot all about Jalen Johnson. The fact that they have Jalen Johnson in the fold. And he's a guy that they, is kind of like Cam Reddish. Right? And they probably want to try to make some room for him. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Kevin Knox, Cam Reddish, and Jalen Johnson. But that's the injury report for today, ladies and gentlemen. Your starting lineups, projected starting lineups for the Knicks: Alec Burks, Evan Fournier, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. And for the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young, Bogdanovich, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, not Collins, but John Collins, and Gorgie Dang. Let's talk about these matchups a little bit. I'm going to start with Big Bubba since he just joined us. And then we'll get around to the rest of the crew. Big Bubba, what's going on, man? Let's talk about Alec Burks and Trae Young. I think this is going to be the first time But Alec Burks playing, is it the first time Burks playing point guard that he's matched up against Trae Young with the Hawks?
I think so. I think Trae was injured Christmas.
Yeah, I believe so.
He was.
He was.
Right. So tell me, Isaiah, what's that matchup look like to you?
Yeah, for me, well, first of all, shout out to Steph, Andy,
Shout out to you, Isaiah.
Josh. Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play. So for me, I think this is a good matchup for us, man. Well, I say that we're going to make Trae Young actually work. I believe, Burks can take him to the post. And, Burks, to me this year, he's been driving a little bit more. Of course, he got his little mid-range, he got a shot. And defensively, Burks has been good. So I think this is actually a matchup where I don't want to say it's going to be even because Trae Young is Trae Young at the end of the day. He's one of the best young scorers in this league and a gifted passer. Passer. But praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. No, but I do think Burks has a good advantage. Of course, he has a size over him. He's 6'6". Trae Young's like what, 5'11", 6 foot.
Yeah, something like that.
So I just really want to see Burks make him work, which most likely they're going to probably switch a lot. But again, that could still be to our advantage because we got the size. Because if you switch, that means some RJ Barrett might be guarding him, or Jesus Christ, or Evan Fournier. Never mind. But but I do think Burks has a shot for this one. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah. It's tough for a regular, a guard. I don't want to say a regular size guard, but someone who is Trae Young size to guard Trae Young is tough. Now you talk about Alec Burks, who is, 6'5". He's got to guard Trae Young, whatever height he is. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Alec Burks. I think he's up for the task. He's a veteran. He's been around. He knows how to play defense. Nonetheless, I think the Knicks are going to need to help out as much as they can. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
We've got to figure out how to guard the screen and roll. Now, you don't have Clint Capella there, so it's Gorgie Dang. It's a little bit different, but still, he's lethal coming off. He can pull up. He can float it. He can pass it out. He can find a roller. He can find someone who's picking and popping. You might see more screen and roll with John Collins and Trae Young than Gorgie Dang and Trae Young. And
is this the first time we're facing Trae Young?
No.
No, we seen him in the playoffs last year, Isaiah.
No. I'm talking about this year. Yeah, we all know we did. We all know did we face him this year?
I think in the first matchup we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the first match.
Also, too, man. Something before you go. I think we got to take advantage of tired legs. I think we got to take. They literally played last night.
Right.
So
they did.
It can either be. One thing I hate about back-to-back players is either you come out scorching hot because you're either lost or you come out very slow. So hopefully for us, they come out slow.
We'll see. But I think because you may see a lot of pick and roll with Trae Young and John Collins, Julius Randle is going to have to be ready to help out on that screen and roll. And you're going to see, I think, Julius Randle get caught out there with Trae Young on the perimeter sometimes. You know what I mean? He's going to have to be ready to defend, not pick up fouls. I'm confident when Julius Randle switches out on a guard. I think he normally does pretty well. I just don't want him to pick up early fouls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that could be troublesome. Anybody else want to jump in about Trae Young and Alec Burks?
I mean, I agree with Isaiah. Trae Young may have to work, and maybe he'd get him in the post and get a foul or two.
Yeah. I mean, that would be ideal, right? Get him in the post, get him in the foul, a little bit of foul trouble. Andy, Josh, anything?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to make him work on defense, but on offense, if he's going to get going in that pick and roll, no matter with Dieng or with Collins, I try to double him high so he has to, pass out the ball and try to risk, the rest of the guys play make. Because, I don't think if one of those guys catches the ball around the 3-point line, except Bogdanovich probably, that they can, actually try to make, something work out of it. So listen, Bogdanovic can already, score from that position, but the rest of the guys, they're going to have to take a dribble. They're going to panic. Maybe they're going to, try to pass the balls. Someone can deflect it. But like you said, Sim, I think we're going to start out, man-to-man defense, and they're going to be trying to run that pick and roll. And we're going to see how Randall is going to respond. And, listen, if Trae Young is going to be hot, we got to adjust fast. We can't wait till the half.
Right.
Because he can have like 30 points on us, and we can be, deep in a hole. So I would rather see, already in plan in case they do this and they, they're hot, they're making it. We just adjust, and even in the half of the first quarter. So
are you looking for an early, like I don't want to say trap, but send it at Trae Young to get the ball out of his hands and make those other guys?
Yeah, or even some we can do it like, listen, 2 minutes this way, 2 minutes back. So they're not going to be expecting, what kind of defense is going to come at him, right?
Right.
Because he's basically the engine of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's bringing up the ball and he's setting up, with Randall, it's a little bit different because we run it a little bit slower. We have to get in a whole play, right? With Trae, he can just, heave it from the logo basically. So right. you gotta be on him from at least from the half. From the half court. So for me, I would send traps, a couple of possessions in a row, then, wait up for them, see how they adjust, and then, go back to the trap. Just mix it up. So they're going to be concerned about it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I'm going to stay right with you, Andy, because this is your cup of tea. This is your bag. Evan Fournier versus Bogdanovic.
Oh, man, 2 Europeans. I don't know who to pick. No, but to be true, Sim, listen, both of these guys, when they have a game, they can go for 30, 40 points. We saw it, and both of these guys are fundamentally based on offense. On defense, probably Bogdanovic has an edge. But for me, I think the Knicks are going to be playing way more team defense versus the whole pick and roll situation that Atlanta, constructs on their offense, right? So, and I think we might see at the beginning that we're not going to help out that 2-man pick and roll game of there because, if they swing it to Bogdanovic, he can shoot. Hunter can shoot, right? So, and I'm really happy that Capella is going to be probably out, right?
Yeah,
because
me too.
The difference between Capella and Dieng, that's a huge difference.
Big difference.
Dieng can get the bounce. He can get even the offensive one, right? But he doesn't have that lift in him that can catch those alley-oops. And if he's going to have to come down with the ball, we got those couple of split seconds to get back to him or get back in the air to block that shot. So
yeah,
I think this is going to be, he's basically the second player, or for me, even probably more important than Collins versus the Knicks. Because Randall's going to cancel out Collins, but Capella, he always has, he's a Knicks killer basically on the board. So,
yeah, no doubt. Josh, any thoughts on that Evan Fournier and Bogdanovic matchup?
I agree with Andy. I think this will be a team defensive thing to stop the pick and roll. Like Andy would definitely hedge a lot sooner. That high screen and roll, try to get the ball out of Trae Young's hands and force someone else to beat you. Because the whole offense runs through him. In regards to Bogdanovic specifically, he's having his worst shooting year. Right, he's not shooting the ball great this season at all, from 3 and from the field. Right, so I'm kind of favoring Evan Fournier in this head-to-head matchup. I know they won't probably, with the switches and everything, they won't be guarding each other specifically. But I'm favoring Evan Fournier just based off the way he's been playing lately. And I think Randall and RJ playing well. That's giving Fournier a lot more confidence and getting his shot back. So I'm favoring Fournier in this matchup, and I think he'll score some points today.
Okay. Big Bubba, any thoughts?
Yeah. Andy's crazy. You know what, sir? I'm probably gonna do it to myself. I was not paying attention.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. We're talking about Evan Fournier and Bogdanovic.
Okay.
You can't tell me you don't deserve that one.
Oh man.
You can't tell me you don't deserve that one.
No, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I really was about to BS it, but I was like, I can't even do it. So yeah, when it comes to Evan Fournier, he's been playing good lately. I got to give him credit. We killed him all season. He's been playing great. The efficiency's been there. The shot making's been there. Let's just keep it up. I mean, Bogdan's not really a good defender, from what I remember. Let's keep it going with him. I like the rhythm where the Knicks are right now. There's a lot of good.
It's all right. It's all right, Big Bubba. You know, you ain't ready for that. You don't gotta fake it. It's okay. Just say you're not sure. How about we talk about RJ Barrett and DeAndre Hunter? There we go. Can RJ come in and give another 30-piece tonight?
Oh, hey, look, man. I'd say would I be happy if RJ gave us 30? Yeah, I would totally be happy. But look, man, just give us 25, 22, whatever. I'm saying, I'm
28,
saying,
29.
Yeah, listen, man, what RJ doing, whatever he's doing, Sim, leave him be. Whatever he's doing, the zone he's in. To me, right now, it's weird to say this, but I feel like right with the zone he's in, he doesn't see an opponent in front of him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just playing the game. Everything to me hasn't been forced. It doesn't feel mechanic. It doesn't feel robotic. He's playing basketball, which I think we've been wanting him to do. Like, he has that in his mind. It just feels free right now. That there's nothing stopping him right now. So I want to keep that going. Even if he doesn't score 30, it don't matter. Look, get that 22, 23, 24, whatever. Just play what you've been doing, man. Play good basketball. Make the open shots. Drive to the basket like you're doing. Use both hands. RJ's in a good spot right now. This is probably the best stretch of basketball we've seen so far in his young career. Just keep it going. That's all. Just keep that going.
Now, listen. He's playing against I know you're saying he's not seeing who's in front of him, but he should see DeAndre Hunter, okay? Because DeAndre Hunter is a good defender. He's a good defender. He's got a nice mid-range game. This kid, I think DeAndre Hunter is going to be a star in this league one day. In my opinion, I really do. I think he's really.
Well,
really
I think that was a big issue with. I think that's why they were willing to give up Cam, because you got Hunter, you got Gallinari. You still have a lot of wings, and you just added Kevin Knox.
Right.
But I do like Hunter though. Hunter, hey, people got to remember, he was picked right after RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? He's picked right after RJ. He was a good. I think he came from Virginia. Yeah. Was it Virginia that he came from?
I think it's Virginia.
Good kid, man. He's going to be good because he gave us fits in the playoffs last year. So it's going to be a tough matchup. But I'll say this though. I'm trying to think of the opponents that we've been playing, but this might be one of RJ's first tests of seeing how good how good the stretch is going to be with a young defender like Hunter on him.
Right. Well, I mean, a young defender on him, right? A defender on him. DeAndre Hunter last night against Miami. 20 points, 3 blocks, 2 assists. He shot 75% from the three-point line. He was 70% from the field. RJ is going to have to work on the defensive end as well. It's not like he only has to worry about DeAndre Hunter playing defense. RJ is going to have to come to work. He played good defense against Luka. He's going to have to play good defense tonight against DeAndre Hunter. Steph, any thoughts about this matchup, DeAndre Hunter and RJ Barrett?
Yeah, I mean, DeAndre Hunter, I think this is just be his second or third game back from injury. And he's shooting it actually pretty well since he's been back. He's long. So I think, he'll provide a challenge for RJ. But RJ, like Isaiah, is saying, is really in his bag, really playing well. So it should be a good matchup. I expect RJ Barrett, to win it. But I'll say, what I've said before, it's not necessarily the points. We'll take it. But it's just how he's playing, the aggressiveness and how he's attacking the basket and how he's not just waiting for the game to come. He's being aggressive when he gets the ball. And if he keeps that approach, he's going to be really good for us down the stretch. It may not always be 30 points, right? It may be 15, 7, and 4, whatever it is. And if he plays good defense, I'll take it.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me stay right here with you, Steph. Julius Randle and John Collins. Probably the matchup of the night, right?
It's always the matchup of the night. Every time you do this every time. That's always the matchup of the night.
Julius Randle and John Collins is always the matchup of the night.
Yeah, I mean, almost every show we do, the matchup of the night. It's usually Julius Randle.
Not true.
Last game was RJ Barrett. It was RJ.
He's not watching shows. He's not watching shows.
He's not watching shows. I mean, is the matchup is it Alec Burks and Trae Young? Is that your matchup of the night? Who's your matchup of the night?
Jaws versus the fans. Jaws versus the Atlanta Hawks.
Right.
That's the name.
I mean, Julius Randle, John Collins.
Stay safe, Josh. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Hey, I had a joke, Jaws, but I'm not gonna say it on here. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you after the show.
Steph, Julius
Listen.
Randle's not been playing great
That's the
offensively,
thing.
right?
Mhm.
He's gotta find a way to get him going offensively. He's been shooting terribly. He's doing other things, but he's been shooting terribly. If he continues to do other things and RJ continues to do what he's doing, maybe we can get away with it. The Hawks haven't been playing well lately. But what's your take on this matchup?
If Julius is efficient, I think he wins this matchup in a landslide. To me, Collins is somebody he needs a point guard to unlock him. I mean, yeah, he can get some points in the post if you throw the ball down to him, but he's not somebody like Randall that can create his shot going to in the post, going to the hole in the mid range, right? So if Julius Randle is efficient and he's engaged on the defensive end, Julius Randle wins this matchup. Collins has to have Trae Young get him some of his points, not all of them, but he needs somebody to, kind of help him get involved. So if it's efficient, Julius, that's engaged, Julius Randle wins this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think he's going to be forced to be engaged defensively, at least because of this screen and roll with Trae Young and John Collins. Right. He can't afford not to be engaged. You know what I mean? So I think we will see an engaged Julius Randle because of the defensive matchup that he's got to deal with tonight. Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Steph. For me, I'm going to watch Julius on the defensive end mostly. I don't even care if he scores 10 points, 15. It doesn't matter for me. If he can stop that, and be the main defender of that pick and roll that they use mostly in their offense, that's going to stop the whole Hawks team, right? So for me, his game on the defensive end is a key for probably the next win tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Josh, any thoughts there?
Yeah, so I don't think there's a question about whether Julius Randle is going to be ready for this matchup, quite frankly, because of who he's going against, right? I think him and John Collins have a natural rivalry that's been brewing ever since the playoff series from last year. And I think Julius Randle, every time he plays the Hawks, he kind of understands that, and he gets up for that particular matchup. With that being said, we got to figure out if Julius Randle is going to be that efficient guy tonight. If not, with the emergence of RJ Barrett, that kind of takes some pressure off Julius, so he doesn't need to kind of force the issue as much. So if that's the case, and we get a good RJ tonight, and Randle takes his spots and picks his spots, I think Randle wins this matchup, no problem.
And Sim, just to say something real quick, it's kind of weird because I'm not gonna lie, I like the way Julius Randle's been playing lately. The shooting hasn't been there, but he's been doing a lot of the stuff that we've been asking him to do, for a little while now. Like, he's setting better screens. He's doing better passes, like, giving it up to RJ and all those good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I personally like the way Julius Randle, but I think, of course, the offense has to get there with the efficiency because, again, he's been shooting terrible. But everything else, man, you can't complain about because everything else has been there. I like the way he's playing right now. I really do.
No, I agree. I like the way he's playing. I just know in order for the Knicks to be successful, his shot's going to have to start falling. His shot is going to have to start falling. We need him to continue to do everything else he's doing. Right. We just need the shot to start falling. You know what I mean? And, to me, it's going to be hard when the competition really gets thick for the Knicks to win if his shot isn't falling.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Sim, even though RJ's playing good, he, like Stephen said, he's not going to get 30 every night. No NBA player. Kevin Durant don't get 30 every night, even though he probably could. But, it's going to be a time where, RJ's going to shoot bad again. Yeah, there's going to be times where the efficiency not going to be there. So, again, we do need Randle to step up, too, because it's just going to happen. It's just a natural thing of NBA players. You're not going to get 30. You're not going to get 25. You're not going to do it on great efficiency every time. But right. Randle just gotta be there for when that happens for RJ.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Game Day pregame show. Please make sure you go to thegameday.com. Check out their website. The most up-to-date sports content, betting odds from across different betting platforms so you can make an informed decision. Go to thegameday.com. The link is in the description of this video. And while I'm giving out ads, follow me on Twitter, too. Twitter.com/nothingbutKnicks. I'm going to put that, I'm going to pin it to the YouTube chat. So if you're on Twitter, you can go follow me on Twitter as well. Last matchup of the night, well, not last matchup of the night, but in the starting five is Mitchell Robinson and Gorgie Deng. I'm taking Mitchell Robinson all night long on this one. Mitchell Robinson has been playing good basketball. He's rebounding well. I'm looking for him to do the same thing tonight. I'm hoping for Mitchell Robinson to get a double-double tonight. Right?
A high double-double.
Yeah. Steph, I was going to come to you, so.
Yeah. I mean, 10 and 10 would be okay, but if we can get like a 12 and 14 with, 2 blocks, I would rather have that. He's been playing very well. I think this is a good matchup for him. He looks in shape. He looks coordinated. He's not falling. He's not wobbling. So I'm expecting a good game from him tonight. And he's making an impact. It's not like, you look at the score and you be like, oh, wow, he had 10 points, 10. Like you could see it during the game, the impact that he's having.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Andy?
Yeah, I agree with Steph. Both guys are blue collar players, mostly defend and rebound. Mitch has an advantage athletically because he can jump really higher, and he's higher than Deng. I think Deng is like 6'10", 6'9" even. So right. he has that at that length over him. And versus the Hawks is going to be perfect for us because, even if they play the 1 and 5 pick and roll, he's going to have that on lock. So I'm happy about, the situation that they don't have Capella and Deng is in that lineup. Though we saw Deng, he can step out and they make a 3 every now and then, but it's not, like Miles Turner that he's going to get you 4 versus you or stuff like that. So I'm not afraid about that. I even let them take that 3. I don't care. But I'm happy that and I'm with you. I'm all like Mitch versus Deng.
Yeah, Josh.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. This is Mitchell Robinson all day. I'm not taking anything away from Deng, but he's not Clint Capella. I think that's the big difference, and it's going to make a big difference in this game tonight. Mm-hmm. Mitchell Robinson has been showing, taking advantage of the matchups. Like, the Dallas game took advantage of that matchup. Robert Williams was obviously someone that was bigger, kind of athletic, so he kind of struggled in that matchup. But tonight, there should be no problem for Mitchell Robinson to dominate. He is the cleanup king. He's going to clean up that glass, take everything out. They'll get those second chance points, and he's going to dominate on the inside. So I expect nothing short of that tonight. And I think this is Mitchell Robinson by a landslide.
Yeah. What about the bench? Josh, I'll stick with you. What about the bench?
Well, with Alec Burks, getting into that starting lineup, our bench hasn't been doing that well. Not that well, but they haven't been doing as good as they were in the beginning of the season. However, I think with Quickly there, you're now getting those contributions from Grimes coming off that bench, and now with Nerlens back and potentially Taj Gibson or what have you, I think our bench is still in good shape. I like our bench over Atlanta's bench. I don't care how many wins they got or how many wins they want to throw out there, but I like our bench versus any bench in the NBA, and I'm sticking with that. Our bench.
Listen, they got a tough bench. There's no doubt about it. Okongwu's on the bench. TLC's on the bench. Gallinari's on the bench. Kevin Huerter's on the bench. Last night, Kevin Huerter had 15 points. Gallinari had 18 points, 5 rebounds. They got a strong bench. Not saying we don't, but they got a strong bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Obi hasn't been, well, he hasn't been getting a lot of minutes. So let's see if he can contribute tonight.
Hey, Steph, I was just about to say that. I'm looking at Obi to have a bounce back game. These last couple, even though we've been winning these last couple of games, it's sad to say that I just haven't noticed him. Besides, the garbage time highlight dunk, I just haven't really seen him. So I think for the bench for us, I think Quickly's going to have a good game. I think his defense is going to be there because I love this defense that Dallas game. That little segment where he was holding Jalen Brunson all the way. Was that Jalen Brunson he was holding back? That he made him go back court? I think it was Jalen Brunson. But I really want to see Obi. I hope seeing Cam Reddish, I hope seeing them get some fuel on him, man. I want to see that because get that trade value up. but
he
no,
only
man,
played like 10 minutes though, in all fairness. But
I definitely want to see Obi. I think Quickly's gonna have a good game. Grimes is gonna be there. Grimes played great defense against the Hawks the other time. And Noel's is looking good. Hopefully he doesn't, he comes back with 2 games, leaves again for like 5 games with a knee injury. But I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's gonna be dead even with the benches. Because like you said, you got Gallinari, you got those guys playing. So it's gonna, to me, this is gonna come more down to our starting five than the bench. Because I think the bench is gonna cancel each other out, unless they're tired. Again, they're gonna be tired.
I mean,
so
who we got
see.
coming off the bench? Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, Nerlens Noel. We'll see. I don't know. As long if Quickly and Obi can get off, then yeah, our bench is gonna match their bench. If they don't, only one of those guys gets off. Hopefully Grimes will get off. Then, maybe we don't match their bench. But our starters got to, I don't think that's going to be the end-all, be-all to the game like it has been in the past. I think our starters should be able to beat their starters, in my opinion.
You know what's been crazy too, Sim? Remember how we used to say RJ just used to always go off in the the third quarters? Man, this dude has been getting like 10 points. This winter streak, he's been getting like 10 points a game in that first quarter, man.
Yeah,
he's been doing.
Yeah.
He's been.
Yeah,
he's been getting them. I noticed it the other day when he played against the Mavericks. That dude had like 11 points in the first quarter. So,
yeah,
and then he's still doing good in the third quarters. He's still doing good in the third quarter. So hey, man, keep it up.
See, listen, the Knicks have the season series so far. They lead the season series 2-0, and if they win this game, they win the season series.
Wait, this is the last one?
No, I think that they probably have another game, but if they win this game, they'll be 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So they'll win the season series.
Because sometimes it's weird. Sometimes the NBA sets us up like when you face East teams like 3 times sometimes.
Right, sometimes.
Versus playing them 4.
Right.
So I don't know. But hey, listen, man, let's go 3-0, man. Let's just do it.
I think we play them again. I want to win the season series. Let's take care of it tonight, right? Because if we would have beat Boston in the second game just a couple of weeks ago, we would have won the season series. But because we lost that game, even though we're tied 2-2, right now they have the tiebreaker because they have a better conference record, right? We need to beat these teams, win the season series. So if it comes down to any kind of tiebreakers, we own the tiebreakers. Right now, we lead the series 2-0.
That's what happens when you don't beat the Magic.
I mean,
we're not going to be tied with the Magic, though.
Right.
But also, too, I know. But also, too, Sim, like you always say, man, let's get above 500.
Well, yeah.
Let's do that, man. Let's get listen, man. Granted, I know this is kind of like we were last year, like almost identical. But man, let's get over that because I remember last year, and I'm not saying we're going to go on that big win streak like we did last year, but I remember for a while we had that mental like we'll get to 500, lose a game, get back to 500. Then we go one game over 500, lose the next game, back to 500, then lose twice, down to 500. Let's get over that mental hump. Let's get over 500 today, man. I want to get over 500.
I think we all do.
Stay.
I think we all do. Shoot. Let me see. The season series, the Knicks are averaging 100 points against the Hawks. They're shooting 44.3% from the field, 39.2% from 3, and averaging 24 assists. The Knicks are averaging 50 rebounds, 10 turnovers, 5 steals, and 4.5 blocks. The Hawks are averaging 85 against the Knicks, shooting 36.7% from the field, shooting 29.3% from 3, only averaging 20.5 assists, 49 rebounds, basically 10 turnovers, 8 steals, and 5.5 blocks per game. If we can keep them to those shooting numbers again tonight, then we win the game most likely. Right?
Sim, Atlanta's on a 4-game losing streak, and 3 out of those 4 games they lost by over 15 points.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. The Hawks now.
They're going to be hyped for this one, though.
Yeah, they're going to be ready for it. They're going to be hyped, especially everything, the Knicks and Hawks, maybe it's a new rivalry. Cam Reddish. I mean, they're going to be ready for this one. You know what I'm saying? At least the fans are. We know that.
Hey, Sim, if Kevin Knox dropped 50, I don't want you coming in here smiling.
15.
I don't want you coming in here.
15, exactly. That's what I'm saying. 50.
Hey, this might be the Kevin Knox for Reds game. Sim, if that sucker dropped 50,
he ain't dropping 50.
Even if he dropped 15, I'm going to be like,
right. Even if he does that, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't dropping 50 tonight. That ain't happening.
If he dropped 50, man, oh man, I'm going to Poland with Andy, man, because there's too much over here.
Last 5 games, the Knicks are 4-1, averaging 101.5 points, shooting 45% from the field, 39% from 3, grabbing 47 rebounds and 20 assists. Their offensive rating over the last 5 games is 111, and their defensive rating is 105.7. Their net is positive, 5.2. The Hawks, on the other hand, they're 1-4 in the last 5 games. They're averaging 105.6 points per game, shooting 44% from the field, 32% from 3, grabbing 42 rebounds, only 22.8 assists, which is low for them, I think. Their offensive rating is 106.9, and their defensive rating is actually 116.9, not 16.9, 116.9 for a net negative 10. All right, so their net rating is negative 10. Again, their defensive rating is 116.9, not 16.9. I left the 1 off. All right, but that's what the last 5 games look like between these two teams, ladies and gentlemen. The last 5 games, and not the key, but the player to watch for tonight. Who do you think it is, Big Bubba? Player to watch for tonight.
He's going to say Cam Reddish.
Right. See if he's paying attention.
I'm going to go with RJ Barrett.
Oh, okay. You seen it in the chat. That's the reason why you know. The Thrive Fantasy player to watch tonight is RJ Barrett. All right, you can go to thrivefantasy.com, use the code NBK, and you'll get a 100% match of your first deposit up to $100. So use the code NBK at thrivefantasy.com, ladies and gentlemen. The over-under for RJ Barrett is to get 23.5 points and or rebounds. I'm going with that easy tonight. I'm taking the over on that. Easy. Steph, I'll come to you. You over.
I'm taking the over. When I saw it in the poll, I thought it was just points, but points and rebounds, I'm taking over.
Yeah. I don't know why they have points and rebounds. I think that's easy tonight for RJ Barrett. Right now in the poll in the chat, 72% say over, 28% say under. Now we got 450 people in here. Let's the poll,
get the
ladies
mics
and
up.
Take the poll. I want to see what you guys think about it. Andy, what's your thoughts on that? RJ Barrett.
Yeah, if it's points and rebounds, he has to have that. Listen, that's going to be like what? Even 18 points and 6 rebounds, he's going to get over. So
right,
has to be over.
Right. I think it's an easy over. Josh?
I think it's an over as well, but like Andy said, what combination is it going to be? Is it going to be 18 and 6? Is it going to be 17 and 7? And I think 8 rebounds and 7 rebounds is that's more than enough for RJ to get tonight. Which one is it going to be? What combination is it going to be? So,
okay,
it's over easy.
I'm thinking RJ is going to get in the points tonight. I think RJ is getting 25 or more.
Whatever.
That's what I think. I think he's getting 25 or more. I think I think he's feeling good. His buddies coming to play with him. I think RJ's feeling good right now. And like even in the interview yesterday, there's just some pop, some pep. And I feel like he's going to come in with a bounce to a step tonight.
Hey, Sam, whatever Andy says is going to happen with RJ, it's going to happen. Because whatever the opposite of what Andy says is going to happen. Because you know what, Andy, we got to give you your flowers because you started the RJ Barrett thing. He was like, there's no way RJ's going to get 10 rebounds. Or no, I forgot what it was. It was something about you he wasn't going to get, and then he got it. You started this, Andy. So whatever you say, I'm going to go the opposite way. So if he got 10 points, I know RJ going to get that 30 tonight.
Okay. All right. A couple. See, messing around with you, Isaiah. Messing around with you. Some other over/under things to think about. A couple players to watch. Trae Young, over or under 7.5 assists tonight. Steph, going over or under? Muted, Steph.
Muted.
I'll go over.
Going over? I think I'm going over too. Andy?
I'm gonna go under. I think he's gonna have a horrible game.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
All
Oh,
right.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Who's that? Who's that saying?
Trey Young, over or under 7.5
Trae Young.
assists. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, over.
Over.
12 assists.
12 assists tonight. Wow. That's not going to be good for us. That's not going to be good for the Knicks. If he's got 12 assists tonight, we in trouble. We in trouble, I think.
Yeah, if he got 12 assists, oh man. I'm gonna go over. Shoot. I'm about to cuss. Listen, if Trae Young got over 12 assists, listen, it's gonna be a long night for the Knicks, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
You're gonna be wasting your time going there, Josh.
Be a long night. Who we got up here next? John Collins. Over or under 1.5 blocks? I don't know what he's averaging on the season, but
He's gonna go over that.
you think so?
He's gonna go over that. Listen, RJ is gonna be driving to the hoop the whole night, so he's gonna be watching RJ. just on him, he's gonna have 2 blocks. So
You're right.
Yeah, you could have a point there. Let me see. He's averaging.
Is that a stat?
He's
How many times you get blocked? Is that an actual stat?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think that counts as a turnover, right? Or is a missed shot?
Not necessarily.
I think it's a missed shot. I think it counts as a missed shot. Yeah. Hey,
Hey, Steph, you better make that thing a real. You might get some money off that stuff.
John Collins is averaging 1.1 blocks. So yeah, he might get over 1.5 today.
He'll get 2 today. He'll get 2.
He'll get 2.
Yeah, I'll change it to over.
He might. Josh?
I'm gonna say under. I think RJ is gonna finish over him. I think Randall's gonna finish over him, and I just don't think he'll get some blocks.
You think RJ is gonna finish over him?
Over John Collins, RJ, and Randall.
Listen,
RJ's playing well, Josh, but I don't know.
He's playing well. You hardly ever see RJ finish over somebody. He might finish under somebody. He rarely finishes over them, though. I don't know.
I'll put it like this. I don't think he's gonna get blocked to the set, like blocked like crazy tonight. I don't think he's gonna get a shot.
You know what's crazy? My bad, Josh. You know what's crazy? If RJ learned how to pump fake really good, man, he'll get maybe an extra 5 points a game if he learned how to pump fake.
He'll get it.
Really good.
He'll get it.
If he did like the pump, I feel like if he did like the Chris Webber pump fakes,
he'll get it.
yeah,
Listen,
he might be good, man.
listen,
he also got to hit his free throw too.
Yeah, he gets his shot thrown enough. He'll pick up a pump fake. You can bet that. Andy, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna start off with you on this one. Evan Fournier, over or under?
Over.
This is.
Hey,
unless it's turnovers.
Yeah, right. Unless it's turnovers. So they have.
How much is he paying you, Andy? Because I know Randall paying Sim. RJ paying me. How much is Fournier paying you?
Listen, there's the point guard position left and the center. Whoever is first, the dibs are up. So
the over under for Evan Fournier is on a half a steal.
Oh, he's gonna have that. He's
got to get
Come on,
one
guys.
steal.
But they even said it at half a steal. Let you know what we need to know.
Bet you he's gonna have it. First quarter, he's gonna have it.
I mean,
he's gonna have it first quarter, guys. He might end up with 2, but it's gonna be the first quarter. He's gonna have that one.
I mean, see, I would take the over on that because he's just got to get one steal, right? I would take the over on that. Just one steal. Just get a steal.
I'm telling you guys, first quarter.
Why would they set it at 0.5? I don't know. Come on, man. Josh.
I think he'll get over a half a steal. And I think I agree.
I know, right? Come on, man. You get a steal, Ev.
And I agree with Andy. I think it's in the first quarter or first half, something like that. I agree with that.
And Big Bubba.
I'm gonna go under.
Oh,
I'm gonna go under, man, because you know what, man? I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under.
Evan Fournier, I think he's been playing well against the Hawks this season. I think he's been playing well. So
What's his average? Well, can you pull up his averages against the Hawks?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do right now. I think he's our leading scorer against the Hawks this season. I believe. You know, I'm gonna check right now and see how many steals he's had against the Hawks so far this season. Evan Fournier is averaging 17.5 points against the Hawks, shooting 52% from the field, 58% from three, averaging 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And he's played twice against them. He's averaging 1 steal a game versus the Hawks.
I'm gonna keep my under.
Okay. All right. We'll see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, our Thrive Fantasy player to watch is R.J. Barrett. Will he go over or under 23.5 points and or rebounds tonight? I'm taking the over on that one. Keys to the game. Number 1, first and foremost, defend the pick and roll. Got to defend the pick and roll. Trae Young and whoever he's running that pick and roll with, you got to be on point. I think it's going to be with John Collins a lot. So that means Julius Randle, you got to be ready to switch. You got to be ready to talk. You got to be ready to handle business. Julius Randle and Alec Burks. Communication, I think that's going to be a big key to handling that, defending that pick and roll. Right? How are you defending with each other? Do you know, are you ever going to even blitz? Are you going to blitz? I don't know if Tom Thibodeau wants to use that against Trae Young. Maybe you try to blitz him a little bit. You know, try some other schemes, but you got to communicate no matter what. The Knicks have played the Hawks twice. I think you've got to adjust to adjustments. They might make a few adjustments. Then we got to counter, right, and figure that out. You know, if we want to win this basketball game, I think we got to continue to work through RJ like we have been doing, work through RJ. Obviously, you know, if teams start to kind of figure out what we're doing versus RJ, you know, you can go back to Randall a little bit. You got to figure out how to make that two-man game work where, you know, you're kind of flowing through both players throughout the game. And then I want to win this rebounding battle. No Clint Capella out there. I want to dominate the glass. You know what I'm saying? We dominate the glass. I think that's going to be a big key to us winning this basketball game. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I see some people calling in. Sorry, I can't get to the phone lines today. I kind of have I'm kind of on a tight schedule. I'm actually getting ready to finish this up and head to basketball practice because I got to be there at 3:30. So I apologize, but I will definitely be getting to your calls on the post-game show. I want to go around, get you guys keys to the game and some last words, and we'll be ready to rock. Find out who you got winning tonight. Steph?
I like the first keys to the game, defend the pick and roll. I think that's going to be key. I think the offense runs through Trae Young, and he does that the best. So I think that's the number 1 key to the game. And I think the Knicks win. Atlanta hasn't been playing well. The Knicks have. Our defensive rating, I think, since Christmas is like number 1 or number 2. So defensively, we've been playing well. I think we win the game.
Okay. All right. Andy?
Yeah, I agree with your points to the to win the game, and I also think that with that pick and roll defense, Mitch or Netherlands are going to be really important because if they get loose or miscommunicate, that center has to step in to prevent that lob or easy 2 points in the paint. So it's more than just Alec Burks and Randall. I think others, Netherlands or Mitch, those guys are also important in that defense. And listen, of course the Knicks are going to win. And I was going to say that Fournier is going to lead us, but you guys have to see it yourself.
All right, Josh.
So in accordance with the game day, the Knicks are 2-point underdogs for tonight's matchup. I do expect the Knicks to win this game. I think we'll win by between 5 and 10 points. So it's going to be kind of a tight game, in my opinion. My key to the game is defending the pick and roll high, in that pick and roll, getting the ball out of Trae Young's hands, and also transition defense. The Hawks like to get out of transition a lot, and our transition defense this season has been poor at times. So we've got to be able to defend the transition. So my prediction for the game tonight, I think the Knicks will win 105 to 100. I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to say Julius Randle, 22, 10-8.
Okay. All right. And Big Bubba.
Yeah, I agree with your points of the game. And let's keep it going with how RJ's playing. I'm not gonna lie. Every time RJ scores, I hope he just looks over at Josh. I hope he goes like this when he sees Josh every time, because I know RJ watches our games, and I know how how Josh be hating on him. It's okay, Josh, but every time he
I'm
scores,
gonna get his jersey just for you.
Nah, yeah, you get it for me. Don't get it for yourself. Get it for me.
Right.
Get it. Nah, but no, Josh.
Tell him to sign it, Big Bubba. For Big Bubba.
Yeah, Big Bubba. But nah, Josh, have a fun night tonight, man. You know there's gonna be a lot of Knicks fans there. Have fun, be safe, brother. And let's go Knicks, man. I want you to be a good luck charm tonight, Josh. We gonna get a dub because you in the building.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's do it. I think the Knicks gonna win tonight. Come back on a 3-game win streak, right? If we win this game, we'll be on a 3-game win streak, over 500. Let's do it. I think the team is motivated. They're playing well. Hawks not really playing well. They're trying to get some things together. They're probably looking at this game and saying, "Hey, this could be our turning point." I think the Knicks I think the Knicks are going to be ready. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head up out of here. I do want to say this last thing. 1975 Jam Rock. He said his shot got blocked 1.2 times last season versus 1.35 times per game this season.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going on with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are up out of here. This has been the Game Day pregame show. Please make sure you go to thegameday.com. Check out all of their content, betting odds, and all that good stuff. We'll be back tonight, 10:15, for the postgame show. Join us there, ladies and gentlemen. We are up out of here. And Josh is going to be in Atlanta. See if you can see him on TV.
Actually, I'm going to be looking for you on TV. I am going to be looking for you.
Just a couple of seats behind the bench. So, hey, we're out of here.
Section 121.
Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Knick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place to tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.